Hello everyone, this is the What's New in ITBM TechByte for our Quebec release. My name is Jeremy Kahn, Senior Digital Solution Consultant within our ITX Transformation Group here at ServiceNow. Keeping in mind that everything we're looking at today within the presentation is forward-looking, meaning it's subject to change. Please wait for our final Quebec release for any sort of finalized statement. This is our release process, and the first product that we're going to be looking at today is our project and portfolio management solution. We plan to release 2 releases per year, and our releases are driven from input by our customers. Within the Quebec release for PPM, we're going to be looking at a couple of features and enhancements, including Alignment Workspace, Scenario Planning V2, PPM collaboration with MS Teams, Virtual Agent for project and portfolio management, multi-currency demands and resource plans, task level status, our project and GRC integration, resource plan enhancements with specific members, resource plan extension filters, and resource plan filters for canceled and completed. Kicking things off with our features and enhancements for PPM. The first major feature enhancement is Alignment Workspace, Roadmap Planning. Enterprise Planning, Roadmap Planning, is a lightweight UI for high-level planning, which allows personas like portfolio, application, BU managers to visualize their projects' epics demands on the timeline. The experience is editable and allows the user to change the plan by simply dragging and dropping the bars. The user can adjust the roadmap view to make the most sense out of the data. You can group and color work by any attribute, expose different metrics on each bar, and everything is there to facilitate strategic conversations. Within roadmap planning, you're able to plan initiatives from the top down, align work to strategies for better outcomes, and communicate the design and the plan to align the organization. The next feature enhancement is Scenario Planning version 2. Project portfolio managers have the hard task to balance their project and demand backlog with available financial and human resources while at the same time delivering maximum value to the business stakeholders. Scenario planning enhancements and scenario planning enables portfolio managers to simulate multiple investment scenarios where each scenario can have a different set of projects and budget amount. And then they can compare these scenarios against the objectives that they're trying to accomplish, such as maximizing ROI or increasing customer satisfaction. In the process, they would approve the best scenario and thereon track the progress of these projects. Some enhancements to scenario planning include visibility to all your work in one place, flexibility you need to make for decision making, and also enabling visibility to initiatives you fund for better outcomes. The next feature enhancement is PPM collaboration. You're able to enable project collaboration with Slack as well as MS Teams. Within PPM collaboration, you can collaborate with project managers, team members, and stakeholders, view and share project documents, as well as receive automated daily status, task due or delayed, and RIDAC notifications from Slack. An enhancement with Quebec includes MS Teams to this integration. Within PPM collaboration, you can now sync ServiceNow projects with MS Teams, coordinate your work anywhere from Teams with your planning solution, and stay connected between ServiceNow and MS Teams. Our next feature enhancement is Project Portfolio Management Virtual Agent. You can leverage the virtual agent for PPM to ask the virtual agent for any project-related information. You're able to review and approve timesheets from the virtual agent, as well as understand where people are working. The next feature enhancement is PPM multi-currency for demand and resource plans. Today, demand managers may be required to manage the demands and track the financials in either the corporate currency, the currency of the regional PMO, or the same currency that will be later used to manage the project based on the company's policy. This may be required for financial accuracy, governance, or better planning. In an ever-shrinking world where organizations typically have operations in more than one country, the demands may be planned in one region, whereas the projects are executed in another. So there's a need to track the financials in a local or regional currency as well. Multi-currency support for demands helps with the accuracy for better understanding the financials and reporting for these requirements. Resource managers also have the complicated task of tracking the rate of resources in the relevant currency, and also reporting planned and actual resource costs accurately in the same currency. On the other hand, a project or demand manager would also like the same resource costs to be split in the currency in which they manage their resources and demands, respectively, along with the original resource rates. This is necessary to appropriately understand and report on financials. The next feature enhancement is PPM task level status. Within the planning console, you're now able to add indicators to each project task. Each project task can have a green, yellow, or red indicator, indicating if a project task is more than 3 days to its due date, 3 days or less to its planned end date, or if a project task is past planned end date. Within the details of the project, you're also able to capture the information from a status field as well. The next feature enhancement is PPM project and GRC integration. Project managers can use the GRC Advanced Risk Assessment to assess inherent risk and residual risk, and elevate the risk to the enterprise risk team, and add those risks from any pre-existing library of risks. Existing workflow on PPM continues as is, so risk can be converted through the RIDAC workflow. The next feature enhancement is GRC audit engagement with PPM. Audit engagements can be managed as projects with resource management and cost management. Audit engagement can plan high level and convert the engagement as a project within our Quebec release. We're now going to get into the enhancements, beginning with resource management. Within the resource plans, you're able to now hide both completed and canceled resource plans. Allocation Workbench has been added in to extend a filter in which you're able to see where an extension is requested. The Allocation Workbench now has icon displays to show when a specific resource has been requested. Resource managers would normally want to handle these requests first. The Allocation Workbench now has a new search by task filter and allows resource managers to search by demand and project. We're now going to get into the features and enhancements for our Agile product. In Quebec, we've added in features such as the safe PI objectives, backlog lane for Scrum program planning planning enhancements for safe and Scrum programs, and re-rank items across the backlog pages. PI or Program Increment Objectives are SMART objectives that summarize the goals that teams in Agile release trains tend to achieve in an upcoming PI. Over time, safe predictability measures are charted to track historical performance of PI objectives. These predictability measures are one of the key safe metrics. You're able to now Summarize the business and technical goals that a team or Agile release train plans to achieve in an upcoming PI. You're able to maintain a strong focus on delivering desired business outcomes and not just feature delivery. And you're also able to track the consistency of goal achievement to gauge the stability and predictability of teams and Agile release trains. The next feature enhancement is Scrum Program Planning. As a Scrum Program Manager, I need to see when stories have been assigned to a team, but not yet planned into a particular sprint, so that I have a way to properly visualize these stories and I can plan them appropriately. We've added in a new feature to provide more visibility into the Scrum Program Planning Board for stories that have been assigned to teams but not yet planned into sprints. As of Paris, these items did not appear anywhere on the Program Planning Board, and now program managers can visualize this information. We're now going to get into the program planning enhancements for SAFe and Scrum programs. On both SAFe and Scrum programs planning board, you're now able to see the blocked work items that appear with a red border and with a red X icon that replaces the default status. The next feature enhancement is being able to re-rank items across backlog pages. Quebec introduces a few more controls to our backlog. You're able to now move to a previous page, to the next page, as well as to a certain page. As shown in the first field, we have a unique global rank, and this helps with the ordering of stories. Using these now provides the Scrum admin access to move these across pages via re-ranking the stories in the shown view. We're now going to be discussing the features and enhancements within our application portfolio management solution. The major component of enhancements to APM is our APM and GRC integration. Within the Quebec release for application portfolio management, we have two new store applications: Application Portfolio Management integration with Risk Management, and Application Portfolio Management integration with Policy and Compliance. The solution relies on integrating the Application Portfolio Management workflow with the GRC workflow, enabling seamless integration and communication between the respective stakeholders, improving the overall organization efficiency. The solution assists IT risk managers by recommending the right set of risks and controls for a business application by using the details about the business application, as well as the information assets with that application, decreasing the effort required for IT risk managers to manage these applications. Thank you for tuning in to our Quebec release TechByte for IT business management.